Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Sanfransico 49ers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Niners heading out behind their 6-year quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy, of course, sat behind Tom Brady for much of his tenure in New England. Won his first 5 starts as a Niner in 2017, then the injury last year. So still some question marks. Here
we go. 180! 13!
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself the best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
7 yards there and a first down.
Here we go. 180!
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's the rookie Deebo Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11.
Here we go. 180!
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf in just a moment.
Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Defensively, here are the starters for Baltimore. And they're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 37. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former. December against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And you see the numbers for Sanders last week. 5 catches, 66 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Mostert. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. Now, this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 11 yards there, just like last play. Garoppolo now. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Levine Toilolo. His first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Ravens now under 12th-year coach John Harbaugh. They'll be led out by their second-year quarterback, leading rusher amongst QBs in 2018, Lamar Jackson. Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back.
Drive off to a good start.
Okay, just like that. Just like that. Check, check.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Got a man. It's Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
56, right there, 56. Hey, watch your leg.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
On second down, it's Ingram. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside. You control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Henry. Check, 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 check.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. The tackle made by L.J. Ford. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Garoppolo to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Over Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. Now Mostert. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. And the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained. You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold up.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And a tackle there by Quan Alexander. Let's meet the starting 11 on defense for San Francisco. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. On 2nd down, Ingram. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Check.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
The goal for any offense, holes where guys are available, and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They go play action here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. A gain of 3, second down. On second down now, it's Ingram. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got Snead. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. To yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 24. They run with Edwards. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield. Teammate is able to come up with the ball.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up Tight end in any event. Great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. This is Coleman. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Mostert. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. This offense, #1 in the NFL in picking up 1st downs, and their run game got them another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up 1st down, it means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. It's caught by Sanders. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Don't forget, later tonight, Sunday Night Football, we've got the Pats and the Texans from NRG Stadium in Houston. And then tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, it's supposed to be really cold up in Seattle as we've got the Vikings and the Seahawks from CenturyLink Field at 8:15 Eastern. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Jackson. He goes underneath to Ingram. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. On the return, it's James. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Mostert. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And that's complete to Sanders. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Wilson, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
11.
Now Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And brought down, but not before they're inside. Yards there at a Niner first. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. To throw is Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll try and run with Wilson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. 2nd down, this is Wilson. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Jeff Wilson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking at the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it? It
certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Ravens, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And from down in Miami, an update. The Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. Ryan Fitzpatrick, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Now it's Ingram. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Earl Mitchell gets him down there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Jackson's throw on target to Willie Snead. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans, but then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses. And excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And an alley to run. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using, not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
I guess the coach to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the...
Here we go. By 20.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. So a big turn of they return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half, they give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
The ruling on the field is reversed.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces forward. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Ingram, and he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Hitting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
Yeah, not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, and go get those ball carriers.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. James now to return. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. The Sanders has got it complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
I think it all came together there. Pace, money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
Now, this is an example of breaking down in defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens' 22.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are out in the field and they're only thinking one thing: get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
Here we go.
Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. Completes it to Coleman. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't...
He will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. A good... Capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Nice big gain there from Marquise Brown, 1st-round pick out of Oklahoma. Of course, his cousin... That's Antonio Brown. And now Hollywood hoping to carry on the family tradition of solid production at the wide receiver position. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, it's Ingram. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Here's Ingram. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. He finds Roberts, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line. Every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Pass from Jackson, complete to Ingram. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, that's
Now it's Jackson. It's caught by Roberts. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself,
they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Solid job up front.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Garoppolo now. Got him in. He finds Sanders. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted. Has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. 20! Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concept on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Gold with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That time a 6-play drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
This drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Gotta get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. Now that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a third to him, whoever does that, go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata on our team at that point.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Ingram. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. Making this a 3-point game. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And a very good return, but a penalty marker is down. I'm not sure what this is going to be.
Defense.
Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Buying time to his left. Open man is Samuel, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner 1st down.
The ball on 3rd down, got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. And he'll give it here to his running back. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Going to give this time to the tailback. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Mostert. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
21. Check 50. Check 50.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So the victory here for San Francisco, and this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So play. A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time.